My name is Steven DeGabriel. I've had a lot of things happen. In my case, I don't know if you classify it, quote, as an abduction. Abduction says taken against your will. In my case, I was willing.
You were willing?
Yes.
Yes.
But it's a long story as to why. But it's hard to say, abduction in Sicily, you go with me like it or not. No, I don't think so. Essentially, I have a note here. But one event happened in 1991, in the summer of 1991. I essentially was going to a clinic.
Little louder for me.
In the summer of 1991, I was going to a postgraduate center. It's an mental health clinic, social. I don't think it's no longer there. But essentially, one night when I left the building, before I left the building, there was a woman. I remember I was looking at a schedule sheet, and then all of a sudden I heard this loud voice, bullhorn voice, which I can trick my voice to sing, of saying, "My husband." So imagine, like, here's the table, back of my head I hear the voice, and I turn around.
Yeah.
Then I see this beautiful, gorgeous woman.
Right.
This is summer. It was one of the hottest times of the year. Very hot summer. So I saw her clear as I seen you. Right. Beautiful, gorgeous woman dressed in a black leather micro miniskirt over like a model on runway. And all of a sudden, she's not there. Now there was a client, there was a client there. So in order to get, you had to be psychiatrically evaluated before you went and you pay. So one of the people or clients was there. Now, she acted perfectly normal. I remember there was a wall clock to my right, so I remember seeing the time. It was about 9 o'clock. Now, she acted perfectly normal, nothing happened. So I would go on Fridays. So I come back the following week, and I hear the people talking about this woman. Event, eyewitness, me, it happened, but I walked with her out the building. Now, what I'm saying is, we had a rap session. It's a week, 2 weeks, but we had a rap session. I heard a week, and I asked, the woman was there in the session, and she remembered it seemed all prearranged, an eyewitness to prove that really happened. She remembered that woman. And I went with her. This was the actual walked with her. And the story goes from them that I was, most of the people lived in New York City, but they saw me and went to a restaurant. It was like imitating a date. It's like acting on love.
Wait, was this an alien or?
Well, bear with me.
Okay.
Alien humanoid looking at it.
Oh, vaguely humanoid or?
Full humanoid.
Yeah.
With a gorgeous looking
chick,
basically. And essentially, and I remembered delayed afterwards. Even though I remembered she disappeared and I went home, there was a delayed memory, which they confirmed. Mm-hmm. It's in a combination. Well, this was in the West Side, New York City, 34th Street, Penn Central Station's over there. There's a police station. It's about 2 blocks down. But that I
come to the punch.
All right, but that's essentially, story goes, they saw me with this woman.
Yeah.
Limousine pulls up.
Pretty woman.
Yes, we're together. A pretty woman, chauffeur driver, blind, comes out. And she was dressed in like a race car, a chauffeur outfit. But it was like something out of Playboy. And there's another woman there. But that basically me and this person goes into the back of the limousine. And we drive off. The second person, they remember, which I remember, I asked her, are you human or alien? She said she was human. Across the street, this was in front of a Pete Video store too, actually. Across the street there was a one-wood parking lot. I parked my car there. And the story goes, as I remember it, I hand her my keys, my ID. She walks across the street, pays for the car, and the signal goes that they go downtown. She follows the limousine. Now this was before South Street Seaport was built.
Right.
So
now there is an actual alien in the story.
Well, that's the alien.
She's the alien?
The girl is the alien. She called herself Judy.
She called herself what?
She named herself Judy.
Judy.
Now the
Judy
thing
the alien.
is, as I remember, that this woman was a client, was one of the people that went there. And essentially...
I mean, were you taken aboard their ship, or...?
Well, you see, I remember up to a point the car. Right. Again, the thing is, they provide actual eyewitnesses.
Right.
That's unique. That I went in the car, black limousine, and they followed me, and I went downtown. See, at the time, they were heading towards abandoned docks. There was docks there, and this was at night.
Now,
between 9 o'clock, around 9 o'clock, and that essentially, at that time, New York City, if you go down there, the docks were abandoned. These were the docks that were abandoned.
Right. Now, did the alien like steal your wallet, or did they?
No.
You know,
she was a sexual surrogate.
She was a sexual surrogate.
See, one of the reasons I've had, medically speaking, the doctors this years. So this I'm trying to use in 1 second here.
Try to wind it up though, because I'm running out of battery.
All right. See, I went for. I've had a what they call anxiety-triggered non-epileptic pseudo-seizure.
Okay.
I've gone through medication, but that essentially, that was a social clinic. And as the story goes, I left in limousine. Now the thing is, I remember, which I've written down, I remember this conversation with her in the car, describing she was an alien, where she came from, and so forth. Now according to her, they came to Earth in 1957, and that they lived on the island, in Bermuda Triangle. There's a story of a set of islands, a chain of islands, that have appeared on radar and disappeared.
Right.
They said they colonized those islands. They live, that's where they're living now, on those islands.
So they colonized...
Well, they land the island, they live on these set of islands, the Bermuda Triangle, that have...
In the Bermuda Triangle, they live on some islands, they colonized.
There's a lot of history.
Now, by the end of all of this, what did they do to you? Like, how were you left?
They sexually satisfied on a turn.
Oh.
And
because as you said, you wanted this to happen.
Yeah, because...
So you had...
I don't know how much film you had.
Right, you had sex with an alien.
Right. That's the idea, basically.
Oh.
And I believe it happened another 2 times.
Right.
Now...
You didn't have to give them money or anything, or...?
Nope.
No?
Free.
Free?
Yes.
Free sex?
It was.
With an alien?
Yes.
Cool.
That's the idea.
Right.
And essentially... that she said they came to this planet in 1957. and that they came from a double star system.
Oh.
And that she was one of 4 or 5 races from this double star system. There's a theory of a double star system could support more than one Earth-type planet.
Right.
And this was the theoretical races came to the Earth in 1957. Why? It has to do with a war. They said they were at war with a planet and race that wanted to conquer. It was the best way I describe it. I have it written down here. It was good versus evil. If you will, World War II Allied Nazi type scenario, they were the Allies, find this planet, and wanted to take over, Nazi mentality to take over the Earth.
They wanted the Nazis to take over the Earth.
No, they were finding Nazis.
They were finding Nazis.
Right. In other words, it has been UFOs, a type of war, essentially fighting against a race with a Nazi-type mentality,
right?
To blitzkrieg.
Because the Nazis are crazy.
Well, it's how that's, and then you get into philosophies like Adolf Hitler, dominate, control the Earth.
Right.
You know.
So, all right. By the end of all of this, how were you left?
They fight the bad aliens. Good versus bad aliens. Basically, fight the aliens.
How were you left by the end of all this?
Back at the postgraduate.
Did she give you her number?
No. But judging, looking at the clock, I believe they use a form of time travel.
Oh.
I went forward in time because when you talk about missing
Wait, you went forward in time to have sex with a sexual alien surrogate,
and they sent me back because when you talk about
and they sent you back.
Yeah,
couldn't they have just done this like right now and then? Did they have to actually bend time to have sex with you?
Where they may have.
Right.
When have I heard about other cases, looking at the clock? People say the missing time, like how much time has passed? An hour, or a half hour, 15 minutes.
Right.
If you went by me, the time, seconds.
Oh.
It's like,
so,
actually,
wait, so the sex only lasted for seconds?
What I'm saying is, my missing time, when I remember the clock.
Right.
She's there and not.
Right.
Witness. Is a second. It's about a second or 2 seconds. It's like, within a minute.
Okay.
And that description, eyewitness of this, you're talking about something that lasted an hour, right?
Gotcha.
So missing time, the clock, a second or 2 seconds.
So you experienced missing time.
Right. But the type of missing time you're talking about with what I got with, you're talking about like an hour.
Yeah.
Half hour, no way you could say that was all done like the limousine, like within a minute. No way.
Right. All right, well, hold on, Steven, I'm running out of film. So your name is Steven, you had this encounter. I want to thank you very much.
And it's one of many encounters.
One of many, yeah.
So
the sexual surrogate came back?
Well, no, but that turns out Karen, Pat's daughter.
Okay. We all know Pat.
They did a psychic contact with her. They contacted psychically. Psyching down me, I tapped into it, and they were communicating a message through her. They used a painting, and so she can explain it, but they used a painting in a restaurant nearby.
Right.
It was sort of like, the magician trick, where they use distraction, make something disappear.
Right.
So like the magician trick, they use the painting.
I really can't film anymore, Steve, so I want to thank you for your time. And, go hit Travers Walton up, man. He's going to love this.
Well, I copied these notes of the event.
Oh, okay.
And he's reading it. I talked to Richard Dolan.
You don't have any more copies, do you?
Well, I can make one.
Well, make me some copies, and I'll be able to read it on air. Okay?
Well, hey.
Yeah?
What do you think of my writing?
You got great penmanship.
So what do you think of this? I don't know if you want to...
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you can make me a copy, that would be great. All right?
All right. So I'll make a copy and give it to you.
Yeah.
Another Richard Dolan.
Yeah.
I talked to him. He said he'd be interested in my case. talk to him too.
Okay, cool.
Talk to Richard Doan.